we're just up at the Calf Rocks up here, and a lovely sunny evening, Thursday 30th of April, last day in April. And yeah, I just had dropped Mary down there, went to have a look at Ilkley, and then we'll just come up this way and we'll just drive over the top way back down to Menston. We are near Leithley, and it's a nice sunny morning, Friday morning, just having the Waitrose coffees with the views and that. There's some sheep in this field. Sometimes they put cows in here. The Farnley Fish Farm is just down in this valley bottom down here. They have like a set sequence of like ponds and that going on, and they redirect some of the water from the Washburn River, which flows down this valley, through the fish ponds. There's several reservoirs up on the Washburn, further up there. Farmers must have left this field lay in here, but this one's got a crop in again. Yeah, so then you could just driven round and you come round to the valley bottom. You can see this is the Farnley Fish Farm, and some of it's like undercover, like under these huts here, but there's some open ponds as well, sort of where the flow gets redirected in there. And there is a little public footpath which walks along next to it, so you can go along. You can see here the little route down. You can walk along next to it. You can see where the water here has been sort of diverted from the river. So the river's down there, but further up the valley they've sort of taken off the water higher up, I think maybe even from the side of the reservoir or something, and they divert the water along this higher bit, runs along here, then it can flow from that and feed in to the fish farm. So there's some under roof bits here, but then behind that there's some open ponds and stuff along there. You can see how the footpath just sort of winds up that way, so you can see it up there. But yeah, you've got the river down along here as well. Cockerel going off. Yeah, let's have a look. So this is the Washburn, so it's obviously heavily controlled by the reservoirs upstream, this one. Eventually it flows into the River Wharfe near Poole. See some wild garlic down there. So yeah, so this is just a very, like quite a quiet area, but you can walk, as I say, you can walk down that way through the fish farm, but you can also walk through a public footpath going in the other direction that takes you up to Lindley Wood Reservoir. So yeah, you can go up that way as well. It is Saturday the 2nd of May, 12:50 in the afternoon, and it's cloudy today, but we have an amazing forget-me-not show. All these blue flowers everywhere, and yeah, just all sort of in the flower beds, but also in pots and on the sides of curbs. Yeah, everything. Underneath the chair here. Let's see. This is about to flower. It's pink. It'll become very, very bright pink. But the heather's been flowering next to it pink for quite some time, so it sort of deflects a bit from the. Anyway, this will grow pink very soon. Some of these other flowers, that little trumpet ones, are out now as well. And loads of growth on these laurels, all the little laurels. And obviously I cut some of them to try and make them more bushy. Yeah, lots of growth. And all these little ones that down here. I'm going to sort through them a bit, but you can see they're really going for it. Lots of new spring growth on them. The white tulips there. This bush is about to burst into pink flower, but looks drab for most of the rest of the time. Lilacs in flower. Lots of big, giant foxgloves coming up here. They're going to flower soon. And then this bush is flowering yellow as well. Lots more forget-me-nots down there. Camellia's been flowering there red. And the lime tree's leaves now on. This is this sort of New Zealand plant from New Zealand that has very fantastic scent on these flowers. Lovely, lovely scent. And then some of these other trees are flowering as well. Hostas are coming up now. In just a matter of a week or so, they've sprung from nothing to that. And yeah, I got the pressure washer out earlier on and give the car a bit of a scoot, especially underneath the wheel arches. You can see all the mud and everything that came out because I had the car in a slightly different position. So this is all the muck that's come out from underneath the wheel arches because I hadn't cleaned under there for quite some time. So yeah, car had a bit of a good clean. Loads of new spring growth on this laurel. This one's a little bit slow to get going, but you can see where I've cut it, like brutally cut it. It's encouraging new growth and then branching out at the bottom as well. So the idea is to encourage them to be bushy rather than just one sort of strand coming up. Yeah, so what I've done is like all the sort of foxgloves that were in funny positions, like coming through cracks in the pavement and all that. What I've done is I've sort of spread them out here to make sure that there's a good display going to come here. Now most of these tall ones are going to flower this year, but there are some shorter ones which will be for next year, so I've also spread them as well, because in the funny positions they were in, they weren't going to survive very well. So yeah, it's like short ones that will flower next year, then these ones are going to flower this year. So sort of spread them so that there will be a bit of a display, and also you know, some in there and some in here as well. And they don't mind being planted, the foxgloves. You can see the tiny little ones there. They'll be come next year, and these ones will flower this year. And also there's some massive ones in this little patch we created last year down here. So we've done the same. We've sort of, these are the ones that were already in them. These are massive, doing very, very well, but hidden inside we've like planted these little ones which will come up next year. So we just sort of dotted them around, knowing that these will die, and then the new ones can come up and all that. So yeah, So what Alice is doing now, she is going to put some sunflower seeds into little pots and things and trays, and then we can transplant them when they come up. So she's on with that little task, and then we'll do the same again in a couple of weeks, and same again in a couple of weeks, and then we'll have like a sequence of them. So she's just starting some off here. Yes, I managed to go through every single one of these, sort of refresh and rejuvenate each pot, pop them on where the roots, you know, where the plant was getting a bit too big, or some of them are brand new little saplings that I've just pulled out of here. So we've got mixtures of Leylandi, laurel and holly in each of these, and of course if you were buying these in a garden centre, they'd be like, when they get big and that, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds each. So all these have just come from seedlings, all these laurels and what have you. So it's worth doing, and it doesn't take much effort really, they just happily grow. I think we've got the badminton competition going on now, just the warm-up phase at the moment. So yeah.
In the video.
Go on.